The world loves to say it supports the victims, but what the world really loves is when the victim is staying weak and quiet. The one who suffered in silence, not the one who's getting power, not the one who's lifting their heads up, and definitely not the one who dared to win. You see, a good victim does not attack back too strongly. A good victim is not building a strong army, not talking about themselves in confidence. It's supposed to wait for an approval, for mercy, for recognition from everyone else. But then there's victims like Israel and India. Victims who decided to stop being victims. Two places, two nations that were forced to live under someone else's rules and someone foreign laws. Millions of people who lost their life, an entire culture and tradition that used to be making fun of and mocked everywhere. We all still have this generational trauma thanks to our grandparents that remember what it was like living under someone else's laws in our own native land. And then India said enough is enough, and they decided to create a nuclear weapon, a huge army, without any apology. You see, India, with all the jokes that has about the third world country, did not ask for mercy or sympathy. India demanded respect. And then there is my country and the terrible things that happen to our people. We have been forced by someone else who occupied our land to leave our land, and we were scattered all over the world and terrible things happened to us. The Farhud, the Holocaust, you probably heard about this. The only place that nothing systematically happened to us was the only place where game recognized game and indigenous recognized indigenous. The only place that wasn't making the Jewish people the silent, weak victims were the people of India. But then, just like India, Israel was finally able to rebuild itself. No silence, no surrender. There is power, there is army, there is people who knowing exactly what they're fighting for and why is it important for them to keep on fighting. We have a word in Hebrew, it's called Chutzpah. I think loose translation it means attitude, but it's mostly like rudeness, but in a little bit of a good way. You're rude enough to decide that you're not the victim of the story, and you are rude enough, you have this chutzpah to rebuild yourself, to rebuild your people, to rebuild your history, to rebuild your nation, to make sure that if other people making you the victim doesn't mean you're really the victim. This is something the world cannot really comprehend, and the West is always very confused about this because the world loves a very simple story. If you're strong, you are bad. If you're weak, you are good. But Israel and India are not falling into this. We both were weak, we paid the price, and now we learned how to be strong. And we both refused to erase our real history in order to make someone else's fake narrative works. And this is something both of us can understand. Remembering history and forcing ourselves to make sure it will not happen again does not make us evil. And thanks to history, we cannot be naive about this.